August 2020, planetary transits for Aquarius and Aquarius rising. This is an equal house chart set up for 0 degrees Aquarius on the ascendant, Eastern Daylight Time, New York. We begin August 1st, 2020, with 3 retrograde planets in Capricorn in the 12th house sector. Jupiter at 20 degrees, Pluto at 23 degrees, and Saturn at 27 degrees of Capricorn, retrograde. The Sun is placed in the 7th house at 9 degrees of Leo. The planet Mercury is in the 6th house at 22 degrees of Cancer. Venus is at 24 degrees of Gemini in the 5th house sector. Mars is moving through the 3rd house at 18 degrees of Aries. Neptune is at 20 degrees of Pisces, retrograde in the 2nd house. The Moon is in Capricorn at 8 degrees in the 12th house sector, and Uranus is in the 4th house at 10 degrees of Taurus. Overview. Transiting Mars in Aries will be in high tension all month, forming 3 90-degree square aspects, specifically Mars squared Jupiter, Mars squared Pluto, and Mars squared Saturn. I can't emphasize enough the fact that these planetary squares will be impacting the charts of every single person on this planet. To put it bluntly, these are frictional, frustrating, potentially violent energies that seek expression by taking extreme action and throwing all caution aside. Those of you with a predominance of planets or ascendant and midheaven in cardinal signs, Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn, especially located between 18 to 28 degrees, will be strongly impacted by this tension. Check the planets in your chart, the houses these planets are in and rule, in order to pinpoint where these energies will be felt. Be aware that whatever is moving through your chart will either be expressed directly by you or experienced in projected form, meaning drawing it to you from the environment in the form of people and events. This is not a call to walk around in a state of fear and paranoia. It is a suggestion to exercise extreme caution under these extreme energies. Avoid tempting fate by being reckless in any area of your life or taking risks that require you to throw all caution to the wind, regardless of how intense the inner urge may be to do so. You do not have to act on whatever crazy mood comes over you from day to day. Instead, be alert against craziness coming at you from others. Be vigilant. August 1st, Mercury opposed Pluto between houses 6 and 12 could bring a mental tug of war with someone at work. Aggressive coercion is not the way to win anyone over to your ideas. Avoid abusive communication both in the written and spoken word. Sun square Uranus on August 2nd between houses 7 and 4 may bring an unexpected disruption with a partner or family member. January 29th, 30th, and 31st births are at exactitude. August 3rd brings the full moon, 11:59 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, at 11 degrees of Aquarius in opposition to the Sun at 11 degrees of Leo, spanning houses 1 and 7, highlighting the tension between your personal needs versus partnership obligations. The planet Uranus at 10 degrees of Taurus is making a disruptive, rebellious, high-tension square to this full moon from your 4th house. The issue may be whether or not you should put your own desires first ahead of anyone else's. This is at exactitude for January 30th through February 1st birthdays, depending on your time zone and location. Also on August 3rd, Mercury opposed Saturn between houses 6 and 12 could bring the desire to sever ties in a relationship because of a total breakdown in communication between you. Avoid acting on impulse right now. Instead, clear your mind and let the dust settle. On August 4th, Mars squared Jupiter between houses 3 and 12 is an energy of excess in action and in self-expression. Avoid going overboard or saying and doing too much. Be temperate. Also, on August 4th, the planet Mercury enters Leo and moves into your 7th house. On August 7th, the planet Venus enters Cancer and moves into your 6th house. On August 10th, Mercury will square Uranus between houses 7 and 4, indicating the possibility of a sudden disagreement in a relationship. Nervous impatience may be the root cause. Mars square Pluto on August 13th is an aspect that warns against power struggles with the law or other authority figures. This is an aspect of extreme actions with your desire nature as the cause. Needless to say, Pluto energies can seem very threatening to those around you, who will then react by trying to stop you. Obviously not the way to win anyone over. Of course, you may experience this energy in projected form and draw in someone from the environment who is overstepping your boundaries. As an aspect of potential violence, stay away from volatile people and conditions. On August 15th, the planet Uranus turns retrograde at 10 degrees of Taurus in the 4th house. The Sun trine Mars on August 16th between houses 7 and 3 is a great energy under which to communicate with partners, make agreements, and iron out the rough edges between you. Mercury trine Mars on August 17th between houses 7 and 3 favors partnerships, both business and personal, and communicating with relatives, siblings, and those in your daily environment. August 18th brings the new moon, 10:42 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, at 26 degrees of Leo, 35 minutes in the 7th house, highlighting a fresh start and new beginnings pertaining to your partnerships over the month ahead. This new moon is in conjunction with the planet Mercury at 28 degrees of Leo in your 7th house. Expect to be exceptionally busy in your communications with others. On August 19th, the planet Mercury enters Virgo and moves into your 8th house sector. On August 22nd, the Sun enters Virgo and moves into your 8th house. Mars square Saturn on August 24th between houses 3 and 12 is an aspect of extreme frustration with rules and regulations in your daily environment. Your personal goals and plans seem blocked by circumstances or other people. The tendency is to seethe internally with anger and resentment. Try detaching and letting it all go instead of lashing out in rage. On August 25th, under Mercury trine Uranus, between houses 8 and 4, the tension of yesterday may be resolved today by taking a fresh look at circumstances and coming up with some innovative ideas. This is reinforced by Venus opposed Jupiter on the same day between houses 6 and 12, an aspect of generosity in your relationships that serves to alleviate recent dissension. Venus trine Neptune on August 27th between houses 6 and 2 is an ideal energy under which to get in touch with the spiritual dimensions of life. Communicate with co-workers and share advice and empathy for whatever challenges they may be facing. On another more practical level, artistic creativity is heightened. It's a great energy for writers. Mercury trine Jupiter on August 29th between houses 8 and 12 may bring good news concerning joint finances and assets. Two aspects occurring on August 30th can point to relationship dissension, specifically Venus opposed Pluto and Mercury opposed Neptune. Venus opposed Pluto is an aspect of power struggles, manipulation, and coercion, and Mercury opposed Neptune indicates that the weapon employed right now is deception. Give yourself some time and space before making any final decisions or promises in your relationships. You may not have all the facts.